motherfuckers? It's your boy MaxwellSmart. This is a video to engage and indulge in what MaxwellSmart does quite well: marijuana. It's legal in Canada and heavily emphasize the usage of it during this COVID 19 nonsense. So definitely watching some of this COVID 19 shit. It's gonna depress you, so I suggest that you turn that shit off and you put me on, because at least I will fucking make you laugh and say some fucking belligerent things that will make you happy. Obviously, I'm resorting to this because I'm not on SBR right now, because I'm a one sport guy, even though I can talk sports and more about it than I would say anybody, because I know the most, but I don't fucking go and tell people that all the time, because then they want to fucking have a dick measuring contest with me, and I'm not looking to fucking be in the presence of any more penises except my own. If that son of a bitch Nelson's out there, you motherfucker, I'm looking for you, and I'm thinking about a 10-year plan. This is definitely a situation where I think that finding yourself a little fucking house that's in an area where you can see that development is coming could be something that's worth fucking putting down some money on. Living in for a year, waiting for some fucking Mr. Developer to knock on and want your parcel to build something bigger and better. I got no problem with that. Plain and simply, what else? I'm just fucking sitting here, gonna fucking toke it up with the bong. Got the fucking weed broken up and fucking lots more of it if needed. And yeah, gonna get high. I don't fucking bet on horses. I don't care about horses. I'm glad that you guys are finding a way to fucking deal with your fucking degenerate fucking lives. But yeah, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna smoke weed and I'm gonna fucking watch TV. And I don't give a fuck if people see a point in it or not. I'm gonna do it because I feel like it. Maybe I'll burp, maybe I'll fart, maybe I'll say something offensive that you'll want to hear. Yeah, so that's how I feel about it. Definitely looking at property, definitely watching CNBC, watching a little bit of Barstool Present Day Portnoy, but I want to see this market go down a little more. I don't like this up and down roller coaster type shit. That's the kind of shit that you don't need from betting. That's the kind of shit that you don't need from fucking betting the stock market. So I'm gonna take my novice ass and fucking let the big boys do their thing, you know? And yeah, fuck, man. Just another fucking day waiting for college basketball to come back on. Obviously, there's lots of shit going on with transfer market shit. A lot of big players that I thought were gonna stay at home are not staying at home. Tyrese Martin for one. That's one in particular. So sucks for Rhode Island, and lose a guy that literally could be a fucking 17 to 20 point per game scorer in that system on that team next year. Well, that's gone. That's fucking done for. And yeah, well, it was 420 some time ago, somewhere around the world, and I'm gonna fucking indulge in it. Let's see how fucked up I can get right now in the middle of the afternoon. Because, let's be frank, this is my fucking vacation. No college basketball means I just get to sit around and fucking do nothing. I would be training for softball, but my gym downstairs closed, so I can't go down there. And I went for a walk already today, but I kept on walking 6 meters away, and secretly in my head I was like, these motherfuckers should be inside. They probably traveled out of the country trying to fucking get me sick. Sons of fucking bitches. It is what it is. I think that there is the ability to talk in the chat, so throw a fucking message in there if you're a fucking hater, lover, or you're just neutral. I think it's really fucking funny that like people are so like lost by this, you know? Like this is why you make money. You make your money, you save your money. You don't spend it all like fucking some like mandem that I know. Some mandem I know, what they do is they go fucking take their paycheck, they spend it on bottle service for 2 nights and then they're broke until they fucking get their next paycheck. So, I don't roll like that. I'm sitting here fucking still getting fat, and that's why you gotta have good money management when it comes to how you divvy out what you're gonna fucking do in your off season. I got fucking 7 months to fucking budget my fucking earnings from this college basketball season and make it last until college basketball starts, if it starts in November. Um, Obviously, because I lost out on work, I can use that hopefully to apply for some financial relief from the government. Not miss out on that fucking rowboat of fucking taxpayer dollars coming back to you. So, definitely some plans in the making, but it's definitely better to be in Canada than it is to be the other way. What's going on, Dan Roberts? How you doing, bro? Yeah, speaking of that, since you're the fucking only person in here fucking messaging and commenting, I will smoke this fucking bonk hit, especially in your honor. Smoke it like a pro. Smoke it like a pro. There we go. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Got my fucking tasty fucking apple juice and water. Drinking like a fucking 14-year-old. But it's all good. And yeah, fuck. A lot of good transfer shit going on within college basketball. I'm focused a lot on Canadians, you know? A lot of Canadians, obviously. And those are the guys that I'm always watching and doing my work on, making sure that I know these names and I know where they're going, and I see that list of top 100 players. So there's 150 freaking college basketball players that hail from Canada, and I like to be acquainted with all their names, schools, stats, stuff like that. So, where the fuck is the rankings? I had it over here, the JUCO. Okay, so obviously with this news today about Jay Scrub going in and testing the draft waters, well, he's a fucking moron if he goes to the NBA or goes pro without playing a year at Louisville. The guy played in a me first type offense and a me first type program, so I don't expect him to make the mistake of fucking passing up an opportunity to play at a top tier fucking program. Am seeing a bunch of nonsense going on Twitter today, which obviously I have an opinion about. First off, I'm seeing guys taking fucking taking book on simulations of video games. Like, come on, man, please. Like, you can be better than that. But apparently, people are so fucking degenerate that they need to fucking get on this shit. So, I definitely am not one of these people that need to fucking bet a whole bunch of shit outside of my particular season. I'm not saying anything against anybody that does otherwise. I'm just saying that when you start fucking looking at some of these like out of your lane fucking leagues and shit, it makes you look desperate and it makes you look like you didn't make enough money to fucking live off of during your particular season, which for some people I know it's like how don't you have enough money? You must have enough money. I know what you made. For others, it's just like, well, it makes sense now. They must be spending all their money on expenses. But it's all good. What's going on, Joe Nishi? How you doing, bro? Yeah, Dan, I only do college basketball. That's what takes my full fucking 12 months a year to get ready and be on point for. Remember, like, not only do I do player projections for 6 out of 12 players on each D1 level team, I also cap each game before the games are actually played, before there's a body of work to look at. I use my power ratings and my created lines to be able to determine that stuff. So college basketball is just my year-long job, and sometimes it gets really fucking boring. I get very lazy. That's why I'm trying to get out this JUCO college transfer video content. Just because, like, literally, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna watch. Like, today, I've been watching The Pretender. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that show. It was a show, I guess. Well, it was different for Canada. It must have been on, like, I don't even know what U.S. network it was on, but it's about this genius that can, like, basically be whatever he wants, and he's looking to find out where his family is or some shit. So, bad description there, but it's a show I watched when I was a kid, and now I can watch it on a 24/7 channel on the IPTV. So I've been watching it. Obviously, I'm watching other stuff like Kids in the Hall, some Law and Order, some Star Trek, some of that nerdy shit. Well, I look at a lot of possession, a lot of efficiency numbers. I'm not really going to give out information on like what my model's inputs consist of, but I say that when you're looking at if you're looking at stuff that revolve around efficiency, possession, efficiency, that's probably one of like my main telltales, because you may be able to score big points in a game, but it's really about how you get those points, when you get those points. And I find that with those types of efficiency stats, you get the best indicators versus your normal box score stats that you see everywhere. I was also watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but then some fucking dick mouth was calling me Charlie, and I was like, I don't eat cat food. I don't like cat food. It's not cool. So I stopped watching that. I was watching Little Hobo also, which was fucking making me feel like a fucking fanook. So I turned that off. And then like Sopranos, Dexter, Game of Thrones, that kind of shit. All stuff that I've watched already. Yeah, I'm really feeling fucking like I want to get out and do shit. Like, normally I'd be fucking obviously during college basketball, but then I'd be getting ready for softball season. Can't even go to the gym. And I get kind of lazy to fucking work out here because I'm like, oh, well, I can just sit here, watch all this TV and smoke ball kits while I'm fucking reading and writing and stuff. So getting back to this list of my Canadians in college basketball, really comes from everywhere. As far as conferences, you got guys from my country in pretty much any and every conference that you can think of. I think that's really a sign of how dedicated scout and recruiting departments are at the D1 level to find this talent, even though a lot of it does come down and play prep ball and do play some of the bigger tournaments. It's such a big pool of recruiting. You really have to have a good grasp of what is out there and what skill is available. So, look at Damon Stoudemire, a perfect example of getting a fantastic player that I think next year is going to be a major difference maker, and that's Jabril Price Noel. 6'7", he has a little bit of experience. He understands how to play at the speed and tempo at the collegiate level, and with his size and ability to slash and get inside, he is going to be a star. And with Jaheel Tripp probably graduate. I think he's graduated. I'm not sure. I have to double check on that one. I think that this is a kid that for Damon Stoudemire, who was a Toronto Raptor point guard, first draft pick ever for us. A lot of us remember Damon Stoudemire. I actually got his autograph in a fucking restaurant while I was eating lunch. Not a really nice guy about it, but he still gave it to me. Gotta hook up those white privileged fans. You know what I mean? So, but this Jabril Price Noel is just going to be a guy that's going to be a difference maker for Pacific next year. And I think that coming out of Canada, it gives me that much more freaking pride and more motivation to find out these next gems. Like, obviously, I follow a lot of North Pole hoops and I fucking watch a lot of, like, Canadian international basketball. So I'm pretty familiar with a lot of these guys. But there's just talent all throughout. And it just boggles my mind that we can't at least go fucking shot for shot with the U.S. on like on a higher level. So I think that when you look at this set of guys that are actually leaving, well, look at Godwin Bowen and Marcus Audie of Illinois Chicago. They're both leaving Illinois Chicago this year, but these guys come out of Toronto. Marcus Audie came out of St. Benedict Prep School, and that's a prestigious program. And I think that a guy like that definitely brings the type of intangibles that college basketball coaches want. These are guys that want to play 4-year collegiate careers and have the character foundation to do so. It takes a lot for a player, depending on what kind of demographic background they're coming from, to stay in a program, not give up, not be weighed down by some of the demands. And seeing a guy like Marcus Audie and Godwin Bowen, with Godwin Bowen struggling at times, having to come off the bench in the starting lineup, really having his place questioned and his rank in the hierarchy of guards challenged often throughout his career, but yet he was able to stick around, and it's unfortunate that they didn't get a shot to play some sort of postseason basketball. Love a squad with the addition, obviously, of Tarkus Ferguson. That would have just been a fantastic trio of guards to get that last one hurrah run with. Yeah, Power is fantastic. I love Power. I'm all about that New York fucking drug dealing lifestyle. Back in the day, hypothetically, I could have been not anywhere close to that, but like, I want it to be. But prison and fucking all men with no pussy around is just not my cup of tea. Yeah, we'll leave it at that one. Alright, Dan, take care, bro. Fuck. So, apparently there's a whole bunch of horse racing on, so I decided that I wanted to be heard and speak while that was going on. A lot of good transfers coming on the market as of now. Definitely some players that I think that you have to look at their stats with a grain of salt and really look at what the competition was. That led and allowed them to be able to produce that production. To an extent, I do agree with John Rothstein's tweet today about mid-major transfers not being able to replicate the scoring production that they were at a lower level school as a potential fourth or fifth option. When I look at that, I think that there's definitely some merit, especially last year. It seemed that with the addition of the three-point line being moved back, that added to everybody's scoring production being a little dwindled and not meeting some projections and expectations. This is a year, I think, where there definitely are some players that could have bigger impacts, but there's also a fair deal of players that I think that just aren't going to be able to replicate their success. I'll go through a list right now and give you the short and sweet on it. But there are some guys I think that will be able to have a major impact, and then there's some guys that I just don't think so. So a guy like Devin Gage for DePaul, if he goes anywhere on the West Coast, I think that he definitely needs to put on at least 20 more pounds. He is viewed as strong. I don't really see it as that. He is a physical guard that really does put his body on the line. I think that throwing on some more muscle onto that helps. Also, keep in mind that he is a redshirt junior, so he does have that extra year of working out, and I think that his foot speed is very good. The fact is, though, his major flaw is his jump shot. It's not a curl off a screen type jump shot. He needs to be able to dribble it a couple times, cross somebody over. He's not a stop, pop, and drop guy. And I think that adding that type of element to your shooting game can play dividends. I think that if you ask me where I think that he should go out of some of the major suitors that actually have an advantage and shot at getting him, I gotta be looking at that Oregon State team. I think that with Coach Tinkle, that's a guy that's been able to really elevate the scoring production from his guards and run a system that works towards the way that he scores the basketball, which is using some strength and getting to the bucket. I think that when you go to Cal, I think that there's going to be a lot more emphasis on defensive responsibilities. And I think that playing in a more fluid offensive system with a little less strict and rigid defensive philosophy would work better in Devin Gage's in his favor, excuse me. But definitely going to be an interesting off season to see where guys are going to end up. I'm going to be real interested to see that, that's for sure. When it comes to guys like Marcus Carr, it'll be interesting to see what he does as far as leaving Minnesota or not. I think that he's still a player that can use a little more tutelage and a little more shine and ride to his game. We'll see if that happens through. It'll be interesting to see what his decision is. With Daniel Toro leaving, there's going to be a big hole to fill offensively. And I think that going after someone like, I don't even know who they would want. They want a scoring guard to play alongside or replace him. I would be looking at a guy like Nate Johnson out of Gardner Webb. Make shots, worked himself into being a double-digit scorer, and just throw him in the corner, throw him in the corner, wait for an opportunity, and feed him the ball. This is the guy that's going to score the basketball for you. JUCOs. Teddy Allen coming back from a trip to Western Nebraska Community College, going to fucking Fred Hoiberg's team. That'll be interesting to see how he's improved and elevated his game since he was at Wichita State. Oh man. Smoke that weed. know what's wrong with my fucking Periscope on my Twitter on my phone. Wouldn't let me broadcast from there. What is this fucking weirdo looking through the hole like a fucking peeping Tom? Goddamn pathetic. Oh. What'd she do? She probably just nailed Angelo in the face. Or not. Oh, that's not Angelo. Who the fuck is that redhead fucking soulless son of a bitch? I think that I'm getting a little bored already. It sucks. I think I'm the only one in here watching my own stream so I can see the chat. It's probably the case. But I'm good with that. Who the hell wants to listen to me when it's not college basketball season anyways? There's a lot of other better people out there. I think I need some fucking Star Trek. Like a nerd. Embrace the nerd. Oh man. Could get some cookies also. I do have some really good shortbread cookies. I like my cookies with sprinkles on them. But I may need to warm them up. A warm cookie's never a bad cookie, as long as it gets soft and doesn't like melt, you know? So it will be an experiment, but that's why they have microwaves, so you can experiment shit like that. But I don't know, when I watch Star Trek, I'm just like, sometimes I enjoy it, and then other times I'm just like, look at these mutts. Look how they dress. Like, where the fuck are their logos? Like, they're wearing some fucking, like, bullshit non-branded clothing. I love my branded clothes. Logos are great also. Fucking Picard. Why don't you grow some hair, you son of a bitch? This guy is... You French fuck? Why don't you drink some wine? I don't even know what's going on in this episode. Maybe I should change to a different episode. Maybe I'll put on Game of Thrones or something. Something that I know off the top of my head. There's not a Game of Thrones episode I don't know, because Game of Thrones is my favorite show. If I read the books of a show, that means that I really like the show. And Game of Thrones is definitely one of those shows. Oh, what the fuck are these idiots doing? Oh, they're talking about going after fucking... Oh, they're talking about fucking... What? They're talking about Jilly right now. They don't know if he... Fucking... Charlie doesn't know if she made it or not. Because if Cluster, whatever the fuck his name's house with his whore daughters that he fucks. They're done. Oh, they're worried about the fucking the wildlings. That's funny. I wouldn't want to come back as a fucking walking dead man either. It's like, light me on fire if you're gonna fucking kill me afterwards. Where is this? Bunch of dudes showering? Oh, it's unsullied. Fuck. They don't have dicks. Fucking eunuchs. Oh, there's some pussy. Look at that. Nice titties. Hello. Very nice. Don't get caught looking, bud. Oh. You got caught. Oh, now she's gonna stand up and show that ass. She's like... He was admiring. Because you are fucking hot as fuck. Now she needs to talk to Daenerys, who is fluid with her sexuality. She takes in her bed. A lucky bitch. Oh, he was definitely interested. He wanted to tap that. You don't know. Take out the pillar. You need this. You need the stone. The piss. Oh, now she's gonna go fucking figure it out. Little fucking horny bitch. It's fucking funny. That's why I love Game of Thrones, you know? People fucking talk shit about it. Oh, it's fucking medieval. It's some fucking whackness. Oh shit, Eric Stevenson is going to fucking Washington. Wow, fuck you, bro. I think that's a weak move. You should have gone to Gonzaga. 11 points per game. Yeah, but he fucking disappeared and he had some shit fucking shooting games. My god. Yeah, I'm not that big fan of Eric Stevenson, but the fact is Mike Hopkins is just not that good of a coach, and he proved it this year. So good for him for going there. He must think that he's gonna look good in fucking purple. But I'm not a fucking fan of this move whatsoever. I'm not a fan of it. Okay, so let's
Clear out. No
put it
question.
how
Grant
it is.
Sherfield.
Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that video. Alright, so definitely some very good elevated production without having to get a whole bunch more minutes, but he was playing starter minutes and making at least 2 free throws a game. So he's a 30% three-point shooter. That doesn't sell it for me. He's going to have to be able to shoot on that team. And I think that if he's going to be trying to get to the line a whole bunch, that could pay dividends if he can really slash and dash and get over there. But aside from that, I'm not really sold on him. I think that there is an ability to do a better job distributing the ball, but that revolves around freaking slashing and being able to have the mindset of giving the ball up. I think that he does a good job of using his length to create steals, and I think that when it comes down to it, he's a guy that's gonna give you, he's gonna make a bad play for you. Just hopefully it's at a time that it's not gonna beat you and kill you. The shot is nice. He makes good use of open space, and he has a really nice leaner, but I don't see him as a 16 to 19 point per game scorer. So, plain and simple. That's how I look at that. So, nice on paper, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be nice in real life. We see a lot of these guys do that. What else is going on right now? Obviously, with college basketball transfer season, there's always something going on. There's like already, God knows how many guys have been fucking transferred already. Where's that fucking list? Oh yeah, fucking Okongwu is going to the NBA. That's not a surprise. Whatever. Good for him. He'll be good in the NBA. He has strong enough body at the frame that he's at right now to make a difference. I think that Carlick Jones going into the transfer portal from Radford is just natural progression of things. He's done everything he can at Radford. I think it's time to take on a new challenge, so I like that move for him for his career. I don't think that he's going to be a 20 point per game scorer at his next stop. So, yeah, whole bunch of really significant guys coming on the market right now. Maybe some guys that you don't know, maybe some guys that you do. Sebastian Towns out of Bryant, who didn't play this season, but this is a guy that can score 15 points per game. And at 255 and 6'5", he's a weird matchup disadvantage. Trey Wirtz, following Taj Edie's decision to go to USC, Trey Wirtz is on the market now. Also, throw in a guy like who else? Who else was significant? Alan Griffin from Illinois. That was a surprise move for a lot of people, but maybe he thinks that he's ready for a bigger spotlight than he was going to be able to get behind two very nice players in AO and I can't remember who else at this time. Then, of course, Ishmael El Amin, Kahid El Amin's kid. I want him to go to UConn. Obviously, I'm a UConn fan, so that's pretty evident that I want that to happen. Um, and then what else? And then yeah, that's it for that. Oh yeah, and then a couple guys just from like some smaller conferences that I like. Well, I thought that Makai Long at URI would be a little bit better, but he wasn't able to really crack the rotation the way I expected him to. I think that Brandon Medley Bacon leaving Coppin State, it's a bad move for him personally. I think that this is a guy that, although he's 7'1" and 245 pounds, he just doesn't have the offensive skills to freaking beat out other top tier Power 5 talents. So I think that this is going to be a move where he goes somewhere, another mid major, just not Power 5. And then Rayshawn Neal leaving South Carolina State. That'll be an interesting move for him. I think that he's the kind of guy that runs a good offense, runs his offense efficiently and effectively by handling the ball and really directing the offense. I think that if there's an emphasis on refining some of his driving to the bucket skills and having a more consistent jump shot, at 205 pounds, he has the strength to defend and not be taken advantage of, and I can see him stepping it up. Another guy I don't expect to go to a Power 5 conference team, but I do expect to go to a team above a MEAC team. So, Rayshawn Neal, definitely a nice little pickup. Love to see a whole bunch of teams get him. But yeah. Alright. Oh, what the fuck's going on? Oh, Theon's fucking suckering some fucking iron fucking born into. Oh, Theon, you just killed your own people because of this fucking guy who cut your fucking junk off. A lot of that in this show. A lot of fucking dicks and balls missing. It's never a good fucking sign in fucking life when you're missing a ball or a fucking dick. Oh, fuck, if I'm missing either, I'm fucking offing myself. Fucking finding a fucking hot shot, sticking it in my fucking neck, right to the jugular. Yeah, I'm kind of hungry. Maybe I should go eat something. It's hard to get up though. Smoking that weed. What the hell is Littlefinger fucking putting up with this mutt? Oh yeah, you killed fucking Lady Aaron. Scattered wits. Buddy, you don't know Sansa Stark. Oh, look at Sansa about to play her first fucking card. Be like, Littlefinger, I know how to handle shit. She is so good already. Running a master hustle. Yes, he did.